Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that?
Mosh pit.
You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now? We're not trying to go to the Peach Bowl. We're not trying to go to the Gator Bowl or the Bluebonnet Bowl. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Just win, baby. I love it. You know, I sit in my office and I just shake. I get so excited.
Raider Nation, what's good? Welcome back to the Raiders Hub. We got a lot of news to cover today, and a couple of the stories we're going to cover are a little bit different, but we'll get into that in a little bit. First things first, Bleacher Report released their win-loss predictions for each team, so let's check that out. They got us sitting at 8-8. I think that 8-8 is absolutely our floor for the year. I think our ceiling is 10-6, 11-5 if things really go our way. But I would say 8-8 is definitely the floor. You know, they show us a little love, tell us that, you know, we picked up some good pieces to fill some big holes. But then they mentioned that our schedule is a little bit tough to start off, and it is. We do see some pretty good teams, but I think we can win a couple of those, and then the schedule from there on out gets a lot easier. So 8-8, like I said, that's the absolute floor. If we do not go 8-8, there's a serious problem. All right, our next story comes from Diego Lopez. Big shout out, bro. I did not know that this was going on. And when I found out, I laughed so hard because this is crazy. Apparently, a couple of Chiefs fans think that they found Derek Carr's burner Twitter. It's this dude, Tom, and the other guy is Bird Law Expert. And to be fair, they've been cool about it. You know, Tom came out and said, you know, this was in no way like meant to, you know, drive hate or anything to Carr or the Carr family. He encouraged people not to, you know, go after Carr for it. But I just think it's a little ridiculous. I don't see why Derek Carr would have the time or the energy to have a burner account to, you know, back up his name. We know he's frustrated. We know that he is underrepresented. And, you know, we know he's better than people say he is. So, yeah, maybe. But, dude, the dude's an NFL quarterback. He has a strong family, a strong religious faith. He's out there working hard. I highly doubt he's got the time or the energy to even focus on a second account. Now, in all fairness, this has happened before. Kevin Durant had a burner account to reply to fans. But, you know, Kevin's a pretty petty guy. I think Derek Carr is a lot more humble than that. I really don't see him doing this. So let me know what you guys think. If you haven't checked this out, go check it out. It's pretty comical. And let me know what you guys think about the situation. Do you think Derek Carr has a burner account? Do you think he's replying to people and trying to gas up his name? Let me know what you think. So staying on the topic of Carr, he released a statement that he feels disrespected. And not by the Raiders organization, but by other figures in the media and whatnot. When asked if he thought about opting out, Carr said, "Did I think about opting out? I did not." He said he's got a lot to prove to himself. And he said, "If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm tired of being disrespected. There was no question I was going to play this year." And I love to see that from Carr. I love him with a chip on his shoulder, man. Like, we need 2016 Carr back. We need Carr that's not afraid to you know, take a hit, who's got something to prove, you know, some just some gumption, man. And I'm so excited to see Carr play with that energy and that chip on his shoulder this year. Now, this article made a good point that his 55 career losses are the second most for any quarterback through their first 6 seasons. But we know that Derek has dealt with a lot, you know, a carousel of coaches, different offensive schemes, a whole, you know, different groups of receivers throughout his career, and he's still been able to shine. And Gruden put a little bit of respect on his name. He said, "I really think Derek is a heck of a player. Got a lot of respect for what he has done in some tough circumstances, and he loves Derek. He's excited to see what he can do, and he wants to continue to build around him. Those are great things to hear from Gruden. Now, even though the wins aren't there, he's had really, really bright spots, and the last 2 seasons he's thrown for over 4,000 yards, which is something that no other Raiders quarterback has ever done, and his completion percentage has been amazing. He's done a lot of really good things, and I think he's getting better and better. Year 3 in this Gruden system, with the weapons that we have now, I really think he can take a huge step forward and prove to the doubters that, he's the guy. He's going to be the guy for a while. And I know Derek's a pretty polarizing figure in Raider Nation, so let me know what you guys think. Are you a Carr fan, or are you a Carr hater? Let me know in the comments. So another little weird piece of news is, John Gruden and staff pulled a little prank, or more like a test on the players during a Zoom call. They announced that Coach Gruden had been hospitalized for COVID, and the players were taken aback a bit. And this wasn't really supposed to be a joke or a prank or anything like that. I think the Raiders coaching staff was really just trying to emphasize the seriousness about COVID, and wanted to see their reaction, and really just make sure that these guys are prepared and aware of the seriousness of this. Especially after a recent study states that among NFL cities, Las Vegas is number 2 on the list of the most cases per 100,000 people. So it is serious. These guys have to be careful. I don't know how strict we're being on guys going out or staying really in a little bubble, but Las Vegas is getting hit pretty hard, so it's important that we make smart decisions and that our guys are taken care of. And speaking of COVID, we got some bad news, boys. Rod Smith and Mad Max Crosby have been moved to the reserve list for COVID, so hopefully these guys can get quarantined and get healthy and get back to the field soon. On a brighter note, Devontae Booker has been cleared from COVID, but that also means the release of Jeremy Hill. Raiders wave hi and bye to Jeremy Hill, and Jeremy says, well, that was fast. And last piece of COVID news, we got our last player to opt out. The deadline's been done. It's going to be a league way. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or wrong, but this was a guy who is a veteran guy. He's been around, practice squad kind of guy. So not going to be the biggest blow. We're going to be all right. So he's going to join DJ Killings and Jeremiah Valawaga as the only 3 Raiders to opt out. And that's great news for us. I knew that most of these guys were, hungry and ready to play. We're building around, real football players who love the game of football. So I'm not surprised to only see 3 people opt out. And none of them were really crucial to the operation this year. So that's great news. So we grabbed another camp body to fill a league way spot. We signed Bryce Hager from the Rams, another guy who hasn't really done much, so mostly going to be a camp body, probably won't make the team. So I thought this was kind of funny. We tried to trade PJ Hall because he wasn't in shape, came in overweight, just wasn't willing to work hard, and what happens? He fails his physical. Go figure. The reason we're trying to get rid of him, we can't even get rid of him because he's so out of shape he can't pass a physical. That's comedy. So he'll be cut soon, if not traded, if he passes a physical eventually. So I want to end this on a nice note. Mark Davis said he was absolutely fixated and wanted nobody else in this draft but Henry Ruggs, and we went and got him. So it looks like this decision really came from the top. And I like it, man. Mark's channeling his inner Al, going for that speed. He couldn't resist. And if you guys haven't seen it already, go check out his one-handed catch in the corner of the end zone. Derek Carr and Henry Ruggs already building a little bit of chemistry. Love to see it, man. Derek throws that ball to him, jumps up, grabs it one-handed, and you just see Derek Carr turn around with a little smile on his face like, yeah, this guy's pretty good, man. So that's it for the news for now, guys. I'm headed up to the river for the next week, so I'm going to try to get a video done and scheduled to come out sometime during next week. Hopefully I can do that for you guys. I don't want to totally abandon you for a week, so I'm going to try to crank one out and have it ready to release around Tuesday or Wednesday. So look out for that. No promises, but I think I can get it done for you guys. And with that, man, as always, peace out. Much love, Raider Nation. I'll catch you next time.